Welcome everyone to a new Road to Class A chess analysis video. I'm working on trying to get to Class A. Right now I am 1656. I've had some good games, I've had some bad games, you guys have seen them on the way up. And this will be round 3 of our club championship for 2024 at my local Waukesha Chess Club. And I've been doing really well. And this round I am paired with Robert Murphy, who is 300 points above me. He's 1929. I believe he's been in expert level before. He's been above 2000, I believe. And I've been excited to kind of play this guy because I haven't played him before. And I want to play these harder people at the club because I know it's really good for my chess. So I'm excited about this game. And let's take a look. I am still in the hypermodern approach. I'm still looking at games with trying to play either the Pirc and King's Indian defense or the ready. I've been following the Nate Solon's 100 repertoire ready and Robert Ramirez counter blow chessable courses, the Pirc and King's Indian defense. So I don't know anything about Robert Murphy other than his rating. Never played him before, but I know he's a strong player and I know he's well played and he plays a lot of tournaments here in Wisconsin. So he has not been at my club all that often. He usually is more of a weekend player, or at least when I've seen him on the weekends, but I've seen him at our club a few times. But this time I actually get a chance to play him. So he plays e4 and I'm still playing 1d6 by Robert Ramirez, his wonderful suggestion. And he gets his classical e4, d4 strong center. And as any normal Pirc player knows, you have to go after it. So we're going to kind of buzz through here pretty quickly. Now, a5, a4 stifled my plan. I wanted to play a quick b5. Whenever somebody tries to develop all their pieces on the queen side first, you have to know they're castling queenside, especially if they play f3. They want to castle queenside. So he stifled my plan. And for some reason, I kind of, I came up with the idea. I'm like, well, I can still do it, and I'm going to play queen a5. Okay? And then I can play b5, and then we can go after the rook. Or b5, b4. And this is still fine. This is still valid. I do have to be careful with this, and I want to be mindful of my Weckerle game, where I learned a lesson by not playing e5 after this bishop's been taken off, because the queen can fork pieces. We learned that a few episodes ago. We don't want that to happen again. That is a mistake you want to learn all the time. So he played bishop e3 and I played queen b6. I don't know if I just had some sort of mind lapse here or for some reason I had some sort of distraction or something. My plan was to play queen a5 and I don't know if I just mindlessly dropped it on the wrong square. I still don't know to this day. But I think maybe for some reason my brain said, oh, go after the pawn, and I went here instead of here. I haven't done anything like this for a long time, and this was totally a mistake because obviously of the next two moves. Now, he went here protecting the pawn. That's fine. Bishop g7. So he still gets what he wants, though. He's got this battery, which he's usually on queen to d2, so he can't castle right away. But then he played a5 and kicked my queen, and my queen really doesn't have any good squares. I could probably go here, and I think I did consider it, but for some reason I just quickly moved queen c7, and at this point I knew that it was going to become a difficult game, and I've made some mistakes already. And you just, against 1900 players, you can't make mistakes like this because your game just gets so much more difficult. And he played knight g to e2, which is a very good move. He wants to expand on the king side, play here, and get castled. White's plan is very easy to know. I understand what's happening here. How to best deal with this as black, I don't know how to do because I'm slowly finding out while playing this game, and I think a few others, I'd have to look at my notes, that I'm not a hypermodern player. There's nothing wrong with hypermodern openings whatsoever. If that's your jam, that's cool. You can play that. I'm happy for you. It's not mine. And I'm slowly realizing that because I keep getting myself into these positions, and that comes from lack of understanding. It's all on me. I'm taking full ownership here, but I don't like it because I'm getting into these positions where I'm just behind, and now I'm always fighting to try to get ahead. And I'd rather fight to like be ahead or stay ahead right from the beginning. So, and I think my opening play is actually pretty solid. I think it's well above my peers, but I'm just getting in these positions that I don't really like, and they're very nuanced, and I'm realizing that they're just not as aggressive as I probably want them to be. So, and here I struggle to know what the best way to proceed is because he hasn't yet committed to either side. I know now that in any 99 times out of 100, they're castling queenside in this position. It would be silly for them not to. But if I go to the king side, I have to be careful with how much time they're going to be coming over, and I'm just struggling. So I was like, I know if there's going to be something going on in the wings, the best way to strike is in the center. And he continues on doing the plan that I'm very aware of. And here I made a blunder. And I'm not exactly sure this is a blunder because this is really difficult to find. And I believe this is like a positional blunder. It's kind of tactical because you end up giving away this pawn. And it's hard to know. And you also lose castling rights. So I guess that's all part of it. And you can also lose the bishop pair if you really want to. So I believe this is pretty standard stuff. But like, this is hard to find. It's a really odd maneuver. And he didn't find it. He actually played bishop b2, just giving the blunder back. So there's a concession on both sides. So it's not like anything really changed evaluation-wise. Now, evaluation-wise here, I could have totally been lost. And if he found this move, I could probably pretty much resign here because it's really tough to deal with this. He's going to be able to castle, and he's going to have two major pieces on this open file, and there's nothing I can do about it. And my king's going to be stuck on e7. It's just bad. So thankfully enough, he didn't find that. We both missed that, so there's something that we can learn in this opening for both of us. And I was able to maneuver my knight back and go after his. He came back. Probably should have played g4 instead, going for the king side, trying to say, hey, I don't know if you want to go that way, but I don't think I really want to go this way either because that pawn is so close. So he can really go, I think he's still leaving his options open. So to me, I know this shows as an inaccuracy, but I don't really believe it because he can choose whatever side. I have to make a decision. Am I going to castle or am I not? Or I'm going to try to castle the other way or stay in the middle. You know, it's probably always best to castle in some fashion, so I finally did it. And here he went for exactly what you would expect. Peel off the bishop and get rid of the defender in front of the king. Makes a lot of sense. And I want to get things open in the center by playing here. Takes, and he castled queenside. Just as I expected, and now I'm going to be cramped really quickly because g4 is coming, h4 is coming, and at this point, he's going to come crashing through. Now, I know that that's the plan here. So what I've learned in all of my endgame studies, or at least what I've learned not only in my endgame studies, but in all the games that I've played and played through from GMs, is that when their king is under attack by pawns or a pawn storm, they don't move pawns in front of their king. They leave them. Make the person break through. Don't move and make it easier for them to break through unless you can lock it down. Fair enough. So if you have an opportunity to lock the pawns, do it. If you can't, don't move your pawns. That's what I've learned. And for the most part, it's helped me out quite a bit. I played rook to d8. This is stopping the threat of coming in and taking the pawn. He played g4. I played knight f8. Why? I don't know. This move kind of surprises me, why I made that. particular move. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I'm jammed up. I can't really do a lot here. I'm kind of stuck. I have to do something. So I think my idea is to be able to have a square for my bishop and maybe just take off a piece to unwind a little bit. He plays h4, and there's a lot of really like longer lines from the engine. I'm not going to get into them because a lot of them don't make sense and they're difficult to understand. And from an instruction standpoint, I don't think they offer a lot of value. You can go look through them, but they don't offer any crazy tactical shot or anything like that. They're just there. So now he's got these crazy 4 pawns. When they attack on the flank, the rule is to strike in the center. So I think it's time to finally push a pawn, and I do so by playing d5. And it was a good, I think it's a good move. I'm forcing him to try to do something. Okay. He plays e5, and I thought coming back to e8 or g8, but I thought it was just so ridiculous to try to unwind my pieces that I have to move forward here. And that's exactly what I did. Even at the expense of losing this pawn, I thought it was best to do that. I saw this, that I knew that I would lose the pawn, and okay, now he has made contact. Now what do we do? And I thought, well, I have to unwind my pieces, so let's trade off a pair of rooks and get my bishop out. So I did consider this as the move to take, which is the best move. And then I have to deal with that, which is fine. It opens my king up, but I think there's still some play here. Now, but you have to be extremely accurate. Humanly, I didn't make that. I came up with a different move, which to me I thought was extremely clever. Reason being, because if he takes here, I can take here, and now I'm unwinding. And I felt really pretty good about this, and I thought, well, these pawns are not awesome, but they're blocking the pieces from coming in. So I was like, well, this is great. This is kind of like white made its own blockade. But he didn't do that. So he could have also played this, which I saw. And the problem is you have to give up the bishop. And none of that's good. And this is all, I didn't see all of this. I saw part of it. This is a really long engine line. And it's really tough to understand, like I said. So what I missed was bishop e6. I played bishop e6, and he takes with the queen. I could have taken here, and I missed this move. And it might be better than what I tried, because we can get this move, and now I've got some counterplay. And I have to be careful, but no, I can't play that. Nope, it doesn't work either, because you can still break through. So that is not good. You can't play the way that I played, but I played this way, which is bishop e6. So playing g takes f4, not a good move, because the queen can kind of force you through. Here he played rook to e1, rook to d8, and he is getting his queen in and his pawns closer. I can't take that pawn. I don't know if you guys can see why. Not good. So we can't do any of that. That's bad. So definitely not good. Oh, well, he doesn't have to do all of that. Actually, he can't. No, we can do that. Oh, I missed that. I could have just taken that pawn. Shoot. Huh. Maybe I could have done that. I missed this. So you miss things even in analysis. And I went through this game quite a few times, and I missed this move here. I guess you can't do that. So white was smart not to push that pawn. Or he did, but I went back instead. And then he pushed. I took the knight. And that move I was surprised about. This was an interesting move order I did not consider, because I have to be careful of my back rank. But so what I considered was this and these things. And I saw these types of things. And then there was also this type of move, which I found very interesting. in my analysis, and I thought, okay, well, it's not awesome, but there's still stuff to play for, right? So instead, I played queen to a5 after he moved back. And I guess I thought that he would take the bishop this way. But yeah, so he played here. I struggled finding a move here. I'm really struggling trying to find mate threats. So move 30. Yeah, I've got 60 minutes and he's got 60 minutes and I've only got 24. So I'm down on the clock quite a bit. I'm working really hard. But I feel as though I'm doing okay. I still have chances here. But I'm way behind. Like the evaluation is +5. I'm just right now being crushed by positional chess. Not much I can do. So I found this move. I had to try to keep hold of this rook and hold this pawn. And a6 is a complete mistake. It's actually not a mistake because he can't just come here. Because you can block here and I have to give up the piece, but I am protecting my rook, so he can't just come in. So this would happen. It would be like this. But I'm struggling anyways. So, I mean, this would be the scenario here. It's really tough to stop, so we don't want that happening anyways. But he gave me chances by playing b4. And I put some checks in there, and he played here, and I was able to force the trades. And I gave the piece back, which is exactly something that happened. And at this point, I feel as though I have drawing chances. I was really happy to calculate all this from move 31. We're on move 36 right now, so I saw all of this from back here, from before I made this move. So from here, I saw all the way to here. And I thought, okay, I can play rook or queen f3. And on move 36, I've got 19 minutes left and he's got 52. So I'm doing okay. And at this point I thought, well, I can just keep maneuvering his pieces. And if I get a chance to trade off queens, I can. At this point, he played... Oh, I played queen e2, and here I offered a draw. I was down 30 minutes on the clock, and he had spent 9 minutes thinking here and found the best response that I missed, which was queen to b3. Now, it's still drawing here, and I couldn't find the way through. I calculated this and felt this was winning. I can hold this because now I've got these 3 pawns against these 2. He's going to have to move his king. I can pick this pawn up and get these. This is winning for white or black. So I saw all of that. He played here. I offered the draw and he declined. Played king to b3. He did spend a whole bunch of time at this point, which was 38. I spent 9 minutes, yeah. And there's still a draw here. I played the wrong way, unfortunately. So what I should have done was play queen to d1. This is the move that I missed. And now I can force him out, and it's still drawish. It's still 0-0. I missed that. I played queen d3. He played king a2, and I played another blunder, which I should have played. Actually, sorry. He should have played king a4. I should have played this, pushing his king back and then going back to where I was and then getting a repetition. He didn't play that. I played queen c4, and now he can play king a3. I played queen d3, and he played b3, and now I have no more checks, and this is what I completely missed because now his king is safe, and I'm stuck. And I resigned at this point. We had a really great postmortem on this game, I had a lot of fun playing this game. I was down time. I was struggling. At the end of the game, I had 14 minutes left, and he had 42. So he was really impressed with my play. I was pretty happy to hear that. It's always good to get some compliments from higher rated players. And kudos to Mr. Murphy for finding the best way to play through this tough endgame. And I think there was a lot for both of us to learn. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this game. I certainly did, because it was one of the better games I played, even though I lost. So I will catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everyone.